This is a story from just a couple of days ago, but apparently a former CIA agent has confirmed that agent told the apartheid police how to find Nelson Mandela because he viewed him as a toy of the communists. So, in other words, it was a CIA tip-off to South Africa's apartheid regime, which led to Nelson Mandela's arrest and 27-year imprisonment. Pretty crazy. Donald Rickard said that he and his handlers believed Mr. Mandela was the world's most dangerous communist outside of the Soviet Union, had no qualms about tipping the authorities off about his whereabouts in 1962, the height of the Cold War. Mandela's detention at a police roadblock in Howick, KwaZulu-Natal was the catalyst for a series of trials, as you know. And I'm trying to figure out here how apparently Rickard was the then U.S. vice consul in Durban, suggested that ANC informants told him Mandela was visiting the seaside city, and he told South African police when he learned the activist was due to return to Johannesburg. Now, the idea that this guy Rickard says that or suggested that ANC informants tipped him off leads me to believe that they were probably bugging stuff or had some other more illicit ways of getting this information, and he still doesn't feel comfortable talking about that. Unbelievable. Rickard retired from the CIA in 1978, spent the rest of his life in a remote spot in Colorado, died 2 weeks after the interview. Still probably a company man, seems to me. The 88-year-old broke his silence about his involvement in netting the Black Pimpernel, as Mandela was known, in an interview in March with researchers for a new film entitled Mandela's Gun, which will be screened at Cannes next week. Interesting. ANC spokesperson, Secretary General, said said it was not terribly, it was a serious indictment, but nothing new. We always knew there was always collaboration between the Western countries and the apartheid regime. So there are people looking for an apology. But with that said, Matt, can you turn this up, please? We have a spokesperson for Nelson Mandela on the phone now. I'm sorry. What is your name, sir?
Hello, this is John Miller.
John Miller. Okay.
Yes, I'm speaking out. Things are going so great for him right now, so he does not have time to speak.
For Nelson Mandela.
Yes, this is correct.
I mean, okay.
I'm someone who's worked in many African political parties. I think he likes me. I think he trusts me. So I'm just going to be sort of handling some of this.
So you're his what? You're his spokesperson?
Yeah, spokesperson, so to speak. And, you know, you can see all these things because there's so much press. You know, they say he wants to get...
Nelson Mandela does get a lot of press.
They say he wants to get back together with Winnie. He has no interest in getting back together with Winnie. He doesn't want to be with Winnie at all. I mean, it's a complete lie. But they do these things, and he says, you know, even if they say he wants to get back with Winnie, it's still good press.
Right.
It's amazing.
Well, so wait, I'm sorry. So you're suggesting, I'm sorry, you said your name was John Miller?
This is John Miller.
And so you're suggesting, you seem to have a real intimate working knowledge of Nelson Mandela's thoughts, I mean, about fairly intimate things.
Well, as I said, I mean, I think he trusts me. I think I'm someone who he likes. I think I'm someone who he trusts. This sort of thing. And, you know, everything is so complicated right now. You know, they're reporting in the press that he wants to date Ariana Grande. Meanwhile, she is DMing him on Instagram, and he is not interested. He could be not more or less no interest. None.
So if I understand what you're saying correctly,
he doesn't want to date Ariana Grande.
So Ariana Grande is DMing Nelson Mandela on Instagram a lot.
That's correct.
And so this must be a problem. Can't he block her or something? I'm not familiar with Instagram.
Well, I don't think that he wanted to block her. I think he thought it would hurt her feelings. He has a lot of sensitivity to other people and this sort of thing.
Don't you
But
think
he
that
just-
maybe this is insensitive?
But he just thought it was
insensitive now to-
inappropriate.
Right.
Well, as I say, I'm speaking on his behalf.
Right.
That he just would like to not be bothered by her. But, it happens all the time.
Really?
Swedish
Does
swim
it?
team, everyone else, they're always banging on his door. And, he can, even if he...
I'm sorry, are you
Trust me, if
suggesting-
he said yes to all of the requests, he would literally be having no time. And then they say he wants to get back together with Winnie. And which is a complete lie.
Complete lie.
Total lie.
Yes,
He has
all right.
no interest in Winnie.
Well, John Miller.
So they asked her and they said, why is he upset at the CIA? And what he has always said is that what they needed to do back then, the CIA needed to find out exactly what the hell was going on. because there were a lot of bad dudes out there and they didn't know, they are not knowing things, and they needed to find out exactly what the hell was going on.
Well, John
This is
Miller,
what-
spokesman.
This is John Miller.
Hello, I'm Mitt Romney.
This is John Miller. No, I mean Mitt Romney's
well-
a complete loser. I mean, we all know this.
Well, John Miller, spokesman for
Kate Winslet said she wanted to date him. He said, who is that?
Nelson
she even
Mandela does not
relevant
know
anymore?
who Kate Winslet was.
He knew, but the
I
point
mean-
is that she's totally past her sell-by date. He has
You
no
know-
interest in dating her.
I got to say,
None.
it takes a lot
It's not
of...
that he hates Winnie, but he never married her.
Look, it takes a lot of chutzpah, I think, on the part of Nelson Mandela to say that Kate Winslet's sell-by date has passed, seeing as how Nelson Mandela has been dead for quite some time.
Well, I mean, you say he's dead in a matter of speaking. Many others would sort of disagree. I don't think he ever said he was dead. So I think it's, this is just how the press works.
All right. Well, John Miller, spokesperson for Right Wing Mandela, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.